Cody Rhodes is your new WWE Undisputed World Champ. He is the WWE Champion, and I'm excited, man. Mr. Woe himself, Cody Rhodes. I'm a huge Cody crybaby, but who is the next challenger for Cody Rhodes? Who's going to step up and try to take that title away from the American Nightmare after he made his American dream come true? What's going on, guys? Andrew here from What's Good in Wrestling. I'm happy to be here. It's your buddy, it's your pal. I'm real excited to make another video here for you guys. So if you're new here and you love wrestling just as much as I do, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Go and check out all the other videos on this channel right now. We just love to have good wrestling conversations here. We like to sit around and talk about it, man. What do you guys want to talk about? I've probably made that joke on this channel like 5 or 6 times already, so do forgive me if you guys are constant viewers. Naturally, we have to talk about Cody Rhodes after WrestleMania. We have to see what's next for him. Who's he going to face next? Is the new version of the Bloodline potentially going to be taking him out? That's a video that I'm going to be making very soon. Like, what's going to happen next? Who's going to be the next challenger for the American Nightmare? Because there's a lot of guys that could be lined up to face him. So let's just go through them. Now, the most obvious thing you could say is, and this is what would happen if it was back in like 2007, 8, 9, as a young guy, I would have said, you know, oh, there's going to be a rematch. Like, of course, Triple H just lost the title. He's gonna go and demand this rematch at the next pay-per-view. Like, I used to love that. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, I'd see 2 or 3 matches in a row that I truly loved, like John Cena versus Triple H, or Randy Orton versus Cena, or, you know, whatever, Undertaker versus Edge. They would face each other 3 or 4 times because sometimes the title would go back and forth. But nowadays, that doesn't necessarily happen, because usually after these title reigns or these long reigns, no pun intended, but Roman Reigns is taking a break, and a lot of other wrestlers take breaks after being the champion. And, you know, it looks like Seth Rollins is going to do that for a little bit, and it looks like, you know, Roman is definitely going to be taking some time off. So my initial thought would have been Roman Reigns, but in this case scenario, this guy's not demanding a rematch at Backlash France, and if he does, that would be a shock to everybody. It's like a 5% chance this guy comes back and is Cody's next challenger. It's just not going to happen. Next is AJ Styles. Now, I do know that he lost to LA Knight at WrestleMania, but AJ is a heel. He's a fantastic wrestler. We know that he's getting towards the end of his career, and I think WWE should reward him with another crack at that WWE Championship. And now we know he's not going to win, but at the same time, you'll give Cody a really good opponent. They'll put on a really good match. You'll have a big heel versus a big baby face in France. It'll be a magical moment, and I think Cody obviously would retain, but I do want to see AJ in that world title picture at least one more time. And, you know, selfishly, I'd love to see him win it, but I don't think that it's going to be that title that Cody Rhodes holds. I was going to say Cody Rhodes, like Cody Rhodes and holds, like whatever. My brain's just going a million different ways today. But I need to see AJ in that title contention again, whether it's against Cody, whether it's against Damian Priest or Jey Uso or CM Punk, whoever's going to be champion at some point, Seth Rollins again, I don't know. World title or WWE title, I'd love to see AJ back in there. So I feel like him and Cody would tear it up. He's got to be one of the options here. When you're talking about potential opponents, you got to talk about the Ring General, because Gunther just finished the biggest and best world title reign for the Intercontinental Championship of all time. And you're talking about some of the best champions ever who have held that title. We're talking guys like Honky Tonk Man. We're talking about Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The list goes on and on. Fantastic champions in the heritage and history of that IC title. You got to give Sami Zayn credit. He's going to become one of the best champions too. He's won it multiple times. A guy like Kevin Owens has won it multiple times, you know, going back to like Jericho, even Kofi Kingston. The list goes on and on. Rey Mysterio. We've had so many great champions, and of course a lot of legends have held that title. But Gunther made that championship relevant. He put on a lot of really, really good matches, bangers if you may, and we'll get to a guy who puts on bangers later in this video as well, who's definitely a potential opponent, and a guy that I almost got into an Uber with in California last year. I think Gunther should challenge for that WWE Championship, but the reason why I don't want him to do it immediately is because I think that WWE can't have him lose against Sami Zayn and then just go right for that WWE title. And they're not going to have Cody drop that belt right away. So It doesn't make a lot of sense for Gunther to be the next opponent, but I think that he should be one of the guys that gets a championship match next. He's elevating himself. There's a reason why they took him out of that IC title picture. It's only going up from here for him, but they have to protect him a little bit and allow him to build himself back up. And I think a lot of people are predicting King of the Ring would be a good spot for him to win as well. And to reiterate, not to win the title, but to literally win the King of the Ring. So the next intriguing option for me is the Viper, Randy Orton. And this would obviously result in him turning. I was kind of thinking and hoping that they would let this go until SummerSlam and potentially have Randy turn on Cody before SummerSlam and build that into that. I think that there's a slight chance that they go back to the Roman rematch for the third match, even though I don't think WWE wants him to lose again. Or they go to The Rock, because The Rock told Cody that regardless if he was champion or not, he was going to be going after Cody. Not about the championship. He just wanted to go after Cody because it's personal now. So we'll have to see where they go with this, but I'm really excited to see what they do with Randy going forward. And I think that there's such a massive story to tell with Cody and Randy that this could potentially be a WrestleMania match, potentially a career versus title match eventually. So maybe they hold off on this one, but if they did it for SummerSlam, I wouldn't be surprised, and I also wouldn't be disappointed. Him and Randy would have one of the better stories. I kind of wish DiBiase wasn't like a criminal and in jail right now, because they could tell a wicked story with the three of them. DiBiase obviously not being in the match, but being a part of it, getting punt kicked by Orton or something. That would be amazing. It would be incredible. Cinema, as the kids say, cinema. Last but not least is a guy that I believe is gonna be returning soon, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. I love him. Mr. Fella himself. I'm not gonna scream fella because my neighbors are probably sleeping, but Sheamus is coming back soon. And I mean, that guy's been out for a long time. Like, it's gotta be like just about a year now, right? Like, it's gotta be. He wasn't doing too much after WrestleMania. And look, Sheamus is gonna always give you a good match. Like, this guy was one of the MVPs of the pandemic era when they were performing at the Thunderdome or whatever the hell it was called at this point. It's like a blur to me now. Sheamus was one of the MVPs there, and Sheamus has been an MVP for WWE for a long freaking time. He's won a ton of titles. He's done a lot of good for the company. But having him back in that world title picture, having him come back as a monster heel, I think it makes tons of sense. WWE can just have a big name superstar right there in their hands returning to feed to Cody Rhodes, not in a bad way, but to allow Sheamus to get that heat, get him right back into that world title picture. Having him lose might hurt a little bit, but at this point, I don't think Sheamus or the WWE cares. This would be a mega feud for them, a big match. Sheamus is well respected. Cody is well respected, and he's the champion. Let's just do it. So those are some names that could potentially be facing the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, for that WWE title that he has, that WWE Undisputed Championship. Make sure to comment your guys' opponents down below. Let me know if you think I'm right. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. And yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video today. If you're new, make sure to like and subscribe. That's what's good in wrestling. I'm Andrew. I'll see you guys in the next video.